Hey guys!
Look, in that room at the resort, before all the lights went off and someone pushed me down a hole, I was scared.
Me too.
But you were there. I always felt safe around you. Even when we weren't getting along, you made me feel safe.
Okay, so my name is Taylor. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. Let's get started with this video. I literally just woke up from a nap, so I'm feeling kind of drowsy, but I figured I'd make this video anyway because I'm like really excited. So it's currently Easter Sunday right now, which means that there's 2 days until PLL comes back, and I thought I'd just do like from the beginning to now what my current theories are and what my favorite theories are of this show. Okay, so we know that there's a lot up in the air and there's a lot of weird things that just go around in the show. Allie got married to a man who ended up not being who he said he was. He thought he was American. Then he dressed up like Wilden. And then he ended up being British. So, who knows? Allie's mom, Jessica De Laurentiis, ended up having a twin sister. And then Mary Drake, Jessica's sister, ended up being not only Charlotte's mom, but Spencer's mom. And yeah, a lot has happened in this twisted, convoluted story. But this has made me think a lot, and I really have some things that I really want. Guys, I really want Hannah to be AD, or at least have something to do with it, because I don't know, man. I really like the concept of Hannah being AD. And I recently saw a comment on one of my older videos from Ryan G. And he pointed out that AD is probably going to be someone who is in the original pilot episode. And I listed everybody, and he said that maybe it could be parent or an ex-boyfriend. And like, I could see it being a mom, but not anybody's mom. Like, I've done theories that are like way out there, like AD being Pam Fields, but I don't really think AD is going to be Pam Fields. I mean, Pam is so... No, just no, it's not going to be Pam Fields. That made me think, well, let's see. The only parents who have something to be, like, not really upset or, like, something worrisome for would be, like, the De Laurentises, of course, and then the Hastings. Because they have the most secrets, so that we know of. At least they seem to be the worst at keeping secrets. Because they keep secrets, but they keep them in such a bad way that when they come to light, they explode. And then that made me think, I was listening to the Paley Fest 2017 when the PLL cast was talking, of course. And Sasha said something along the lines of, they casted me and, not Spencer, Hannah to look alike. And I'd be like, wouldn't it be a crazy thing if Hannah and Allie were like fraternal twins or something and then they were just separated at birth? Why would they be separated at birth? I have no clue. But there are a lot of twin things around Hannah. People think that Hannah's a twin anyway and that her twin is like Bethany. People also say that about Spencer, but who knows? So like, let's say Hannah and Allie are twins, then that would also mean that Ashely Marin has something to hide too. And her father, it would explain her father's flakiness in her life and how he would be more attentive to his new, maybe truer family. My dog is really going ham downstairs. So Hannah, Allie, could possibly be twins. So that means that our suspect list has now become Peter Hastings, Veronica Hastings, Ashely Marin, Jessica De Laurentiis, and we're going to leave it at that. Mainly because these are the most suspicious characters, or they're the most convoluted characters, I guess, of the parents' moms. I mean, Ella's kind of shady too, and so is Byron, but they're not really in Aria's life as much as Veronica and the De Laurentiis are. Like, Ashely Marin ended up turning the Radley Sanitarium, which was like this dark and horrible, I don't want to say horrible, but it had like this dark weight on the girl's shoulders throughout like all of their adolescence. So even if Hannah wasn't involved with the actual like buying, selling, and makeover of the Radley Sanitarium, it's going to have a psychological effect on her because that was such a big part of her life that I'm sure she just wanted to put it behind her, but her mom just bought it anyway and like redid it, you know. So that's that. And then Veronica Hastings ran for office. I don't remember what office she ran for. I don't know, but she won. And that's like having a campaign. That's a lot of work. And Spencer is pretty much the forerunner of that whole campaign outside of the Hastings parents anyway. Then comes to find out that they've been lying to her whole life about who her mother is, at least. I say at least because it's still, I think it's still clear. I think it's still up in the air if Peter Hastings can be her father or not. I also want to call into question, I think odds are that Spencer, Jason, and Charlotte have like the same bloodline. And I know you're thinking, even if they did have different mothers, like one had Jessica and one had Mary, they're identical twins, so the DNA would be the same, so they would be siblings. So just in case any of you out there have a mom who has an identical twin, your cousins are actually your biological half siblings. So Spencer would be more related to Jason and Charlotte than she would be to than Allison would be to either of them. And Allison's the one who took care of Charlotte. I don't know about you, but if I found out that I was taking care of my sickly sister for 5 years just to find out that she wasn't actually my sister, but one of my older friend's sister who got to leave and have a life, that might be a motive for murder. I'm not a detective, but I could get mad over that. On top of that, she's in love with my husband, who ends up being British without telling me. So how in love with him was I that I didn't know that he was British? What? I love the concept of Hannah being AD, and it makes sense to me that Hannah could be AD if she was Allie's twin or sister or something, and they didn't know. Maybe Allie knew, but Hannah didn't know for the longest time. Okay, I found a couple of clips from season 7, episode 1 and 2, when Hannah is talking to Caleb.
So you're gonna take Lucas up on his offer?
He's crazy.
He sees your potential.
Potential for what?
For what you could do if you were in charge.
Caleb, haven't you noticed? None of us are in charge of anything around here.
Well, we can fix that. No one's giving up on anybody.
Then what? Suppose we get through that. Where does that leave us? Back to where we started?
They're talking about something, but they're not talking about it, if that makes sense. Like, they don't include the subjects in their conversations. Like, whenever they're talking, they're just talking in like complete pronouns, and they're not being direct. So they'll be like, why, like, I don't know. It's weird to me. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, this whole scene is just like them talking hypothetically about something that was discussed like either earlier in the episode or it was shown in a flashback. And like, not the flashback, but you know how you said they have the previously on PLL thing, and then they go through that. So it would be mentioned right there. So we would be reminded of it. So we would assume that that's what they're talking about. But out of context, that doesn't make any sense. It's like, what are you talking about? In charge of what? What do you have to be in charge of? So I think it's possible that Mona, Lucas, Caleb, and Hannah are all working together. But I said that before. That's my big theory. But it's possible that instead of all of them working together, it's just Ashely Marin. And Ashely Marin's like playing all of them like little puppets. Even though she's not really in the show that much, there is a lot of like movement to the there's a lot of movement to Bradley Sanitarium. There's a lot of movement around Bradley Sanitarium, and that's what she owns. That's where she works. That's where Charlotte was. All this other crap. So like, if Ashely had spies, then she wouldn't need to be seen. Or if she didn't even need spies. If she had cameras and microphones, she wouldn't need to be seen. All she'd have to do is like say, oh, hey, Hannah, can I see your phone for a second? Take her phone, take screenshots, send herself the screenshots, and then go into the hotel and check all the security footage. You can see like all the creepy stuff that all the creepy stuff that Mona and Caleb did. Like when they made each other tea. That was weird. Or maybe it was coffee. But my thing is, why? Why would Ashely Marin want to be AD? All I can think of is that maybe she saw Mary Drake come back when she actually came back. Because it says in like season 7, episode 1 or 2, that Mary Drake came back to town like a week before Charlotte died. maybe she saw Mary Drake. She either thought it, or she either knew it was Mary, or she thought it was Jessica, and that concerned her because Jessica's supposed to be dead. Unless they did a whole Allie thing, like how they like made her run away and fake her death and stuff like that with Jessica. But what would they have on Jessica that would make her do that? I don't think it's Jessica. I think whatever Jessica has, I think Jessica's dead, like dead, like she's gone. But I think that whatever Jessica had been doing or looking forward to, because we all know Jessica De Laurentiis was creepy as ever. I think whatever was going on there, Mary Drake's going to try to finish. And that's why she really came back. And then Spencer got hurt and all this other stuff. And she sang her that Mockingbird song that Spencer sang to Hannah in the dungeon or whatever. Or Spencer. I don't know. I think it's Spencer. I think whatever that other Spencer with the bangs is doing, I think she's a spy. I really do. I think she's like a I don't know, like what are they called when you like plant people in situations, but they're like microphones, so they can like take notes and they blend in. I think they're spies. Yeah, I think that's what a spy does, right? I don't know. My only knowledge about spies is Spy Kids and American Dad. So, but I think that Spencer is a spy. I don't think she's real. Regardless, I think Spencer knows way more than we think she does. So, alright guys, that's where I stand as of today. I will most definitely be making videos every week after the episode comes out. I don't know if I'll upload on Tuesday nights because a lot of people don't see the show at the same time, and I see the show. I live on the East Coast of America, so I see it first, I think, and then everybody on the West Coast sees it. As for people in Australia and the UK and Singapore, it's such a random country, but like I don't know when they see it. I know someone from South Africa said that they're able to see it when I see it, so I don't know if that's like open for everyone or not, but I think I'll just upload like maybe a reaction video on Wednesday or something. Probably Wednesday, but we'll see. Alright guys, so until next time, bye.